Morning. So we're going to start lying on our back. So you could either come to lying with the legs extended, or you could have the knees bent, just to soften it into the abdomen, arms out to side, or maybe the palms to the lower abdomen. If it feels okay to close the eyes, close the eyes. Taking a moment now to settle into the stillness. Bring your awareness to the sounds you can hear. Maybe the touch of the air on the skin. Draw your awareness inwards to just noticing the shape, the quality of the breath. Check your jaw is soft, the tongue is released down. Allow the back body to feel supported by the ground below. And then after your next inhalation, as you exhale, just exhale with a sigh out of the mouth. See if you can soften and let go a little more. Taking one more sigh, inhaling, and then sighing that breath out. Bring the arms out to shoulder height, bringing the feet together. Bend the knees if they're not already bent. Shift the hips a fraction over towards the left. Draw the knees in towards the chest, and then drop the knees over towards the right. Just allowing the knees to fall apart and just warming up, or bringing a little bit of space into the spine and to the side body. Maybe you're going to turn your head to look towards your left hand. Breathe into the ribs on the left side. Inhaling the head to center. Exhale, draw the navel and lifting the knees. Plant the feet. Shift the hips a fraction over towards the right side of the mat. Lower the hips back down, draw the knees back in, and then just allow the knees to drop over towards the left. Again, the knees can fall apart, the feet can be wherever feels right for you this morning, and then maybe you're just going to turn your head to look towards your right hand. Inhaling the head to center, exhale, lift the knees, plant the feet back onto the floor, bring the spine back into neutral, hug the knees into the chest. Bring the palms to the top of the knees, circle the knees in one direction. Bring these back to center, circling the knees in the opposite direction. Coming back to center, toes are together, knees are dropping away from each other, making slow big circles with knees moving in opposite directions. They're going to feel this a little bit more into the hip area. Try to make the circles as slow and as wide as possible, coming back to center and going in the opposite direction. And coming back to center. Extend the feet into the air. Knees can stay bent. Bring the knees a little bit apart. Bring your arms inside the knees. So now your forearms are going to come across the front of your shins. Your hands are either going to grab a little bit of the shin, ankle. Maybe you've got space to bring the hands to the outside of the feet, and you're coming into your happy baby. So just see what feels available here. Again, you can maybe just take your weight side to side. Yeah, and you can have a little play with extending one leg just a little bit, and then the other. And then maybe both legs. And then you're going to come and hug the knees back into the chest. Take your hands behind the knees. Options are you can just come to standing on your mat now, or you can take a couple of rocks on your back. So you're going to peel your shoulders, your head away from the floor, chin is tucked in, and then just start to rock on your back, just noticing how the spine is feeling. And taking a couple of rocks, you can plant the feet and then come to standing at the top of your mat. So standing here in your Tadasana, crown head is reaching up to the sky. Inhaling, bring the arms out to the side. Exhaling, forward fold. So just hinging at the hips, bending as you need at the knees. Inhaling, flat back, look forwards, coming onto the fingertips. Step your right leg back. Inhaling, bringing the arms up. Swing the arms up and over and then coming into high lunge. So you're going to bind the hands behind the back, lift the hands away from the buttocks, and then pull the hands away from each other. Keep your back leg for the moment as strong as you can. So pushing that heel away, bend into your left knee. Breathe broadly. So here, breathe into the side ribs, the back ribs. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And release. Bring the arms back up. This time you're now going to bend a little into your right knee. As you do, you're going to turn towards your left leg and come into a twist. So your right knee is hovering. And release. Allow your right knee to come down to the floor. If you want to fold your mat over to cushion your right knee a little more, you can. From here, bring your hands to your knees, to your left knee, and start to sink. So you're going to try and keep your heel in contact with the floor, and your left knee now is starting to kind of move over the toes. So you might kind of need to just slide that right knee a little bit further forwards. And then you're going to come up. Close the gap between the pubic bone and the lower rib, so create a little more space into that right hip. And then exhale, coming forwards again, keeping that heel in line with the mat. And then taking one more, coming up. Again, close the gap between the pubic bone and the lower ribs. And then coming forwards one more time. Maybe this time you want to bring the hand down to the floor, and then you can really put a bit more weight into that left knee. Keep that left heel grounded. So we're kind of finding space into that ankle. And then coming back. From here, walk your left foot, zigzag it out to the outside of the mat. Bring your left hand down. Tuck your back toe if it's not already tucked, and then push into that back heel to lift that back knee. So you're coming into lizard. You may want to circle the hips in one direction and then circling the hips in the opposite direction. Coming back to center. Zigzag your foot back in front of the face. Hands are now framing that foot. Take the weight into the hands. Step your left leg back. You're coming into plank. Exhaling down from plank or from the knees. And then from there, you can extend the arms out. And then we're going to come into alternate Shalabhasana. So inhaling, lift your right leg, left arm. Exhaling down. Inhaling, right arm, left leg. Exhaling down. So just again, moving now with the breath. Inhaling. Taking two more each side. We'll extend the hands in one direction, the foot in the other. And then coming back down, take the hands underneath the shoulders, press into the hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips back, and then up into your downward facing dog. And now just walk out your down dog, bending one knee and then the other. Spread the fingers, root into the knuckles, root into the finger, press the fingertips into the mat, coming into a still downward facing dog, put a little bend into the knees if that works for you. Breathe broadly into the back ribs. And then you're just slowly going to walk the feet towards the front of the mat. Inhaling, flat back, coming onto the fingertips. Exhaling, fold. Again, bend at the knees, hinging at the hips as you need. Draw the navel and roll up. Coming back to your Tadasana. Standing at the front of the mat, inhaling the arms. Exhaling, fold. Again, bending as you need at the knee, hinging at the hip. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, step your left leg back. Inhaling, coming up into your high lunge. Swinging or circling the arms behind you. Bind the hands behind the back. So different index fingers now in front. Lift the hands away from the buttocks and pull the hands away from each other. And then sink a little more into that right knee. Breathe. So that back leg is kind of towards straight, pushing the heel away. You're lifting the back of the knee up to the ceiling or to the sky. Sink maybe a fraction more into that right knee. And release. Inhale the arms up. Bend now into your left knee. That left knee is going to hover, and then you're turning towards your right leg, coming into a twist. And then release. Sink your left knee down to the floor. Fold your mat over if you want to. From here, bring the hands to the knees and sink now into your right hip. So you're almost coming into this Anjaneyasana. And then we're trying to find a little more kind of space into the back of this kind of heel to the foot. So from here, it maybe you want to slide your left knee over a little bit. Keep rooting your right heel into the mat. Inhaling, coming up, close the gap between the pubic bone and the lower ribs. Create the space into the left hip. Exhale, coming forwards again. So that knee's coming over the top of the knee. Keep that heel pressing into the mat. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, coming down. Maybe this time just to find a little more kind of space. You could bring your left hand down to the floor just to create a bit of stability as you really press or take the weight into the top of that knee. Keep rooting that heel. And then from here, now you're going to zigzag your right foot out to the side. Bring your right hand to the inside, tuck the back toe coming into your high lizard. So right hand is to the inside of that right arch, and then maybe you're going to circle your hips in one direction, and maybe go in the opposite direction. Coming back to center, zigzag your foot back in front of the face, hands frame the foot. Take the weight into the hands, step your right leg back, coming back into plank. Exhaling down from plank or from the knees. And then from there, you can extend the arms out. We're going to come up into Shalabhasana. So inhaling. So press your pubic bone into the mat. Draw the navel away. And keeping that, from your next inhalation, lift the legs, lift the arms, reach the hands in one direction, the feet in the opposite. Exhaling down. Inhaling, lift. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhaling down, taking one more inhale, lift. And then staying now here with the breath. Lift the hands a little higher, lift the feet, lift and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhaling. Take the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, press into the hands, making your way into downward facing dog. Smooth the breath. And you're going to walk your feet back to the front of the mat. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, full bend as you need as a knee. Draw the navel in, roll up. So from here, we're going to come to the middle of the mat, take the feet wide, and we're going to start here. Bring the toes out to the side, bring the hands into prayer, sink at the knees, coming into goddess. Inhaling, coming up a little bit, sink. Inhaling, lift, exhaling, sink. Keep the toes soft, keep the shoulders over the hips. Just check your weight hasn't come forward. And then from here, bring your left forearm down, spiral right arm across, or you could bring the arm in front. Inhaling, center, right forearm towards the thigh or in front of you, reaching your left arm across, center. Exhale. Inhaling, center. Exhaling. And take 2 more each side. Ooh, lost count. So we'll stop there, pressing the feet into the mat. Keep your left foot turned out. And it can come back into that action where the knee comes over the top. So from here, start to lift your heel, bring your hands to the inside of your left knee. So we're coming into Skandasana. Now it's an external rotation of both legs. So maybe you have space to bring the left knee, the toes pointing up towards the sky. And maybe you can press to the inside of your left knee more with your left arm. You may have space to bring that heel down. So just take the option that feels right for you. And then from here, bring your weight a little further forward. Walk the hands towards the center. Now walk your hands over towards your right foot. Right foot is 45 degrees. You're going to lift your heel. Hand comes to the inside. Again, it's an external rotation, so you may have space to turn your left leg so the toes, the knee are pointing up towards the sky. Again, you may have space to bring your heel down towards the floor, but it doesn't matter if you don't. Take the option that's right for you. Again, we're going to walk one more time over towards our left side. And then one more time over towards the right side. Coming back to center, zigzag the feet, just a little wider than the hips. Toes are out, heels are in. One more time, sink at the knees, sink at the hips. So from here, if you want to grab a cushion or something and put it behind the heels, you want to root the heels. So if the heels are up, see, can you put something underneath them just to give them a little bit more support. And now you're going to press your elbows into the knees. As you do, you're going to lift up out of the waist. Crown the head is reaching to the sky. So we're coming into an active Malasana. Press your knees back into the elbows. Arms can come together. Notice the breath here. Breathe into the back ribs, but also maybe notice the action of the pelvic floor. So as you inhale, the pelvic floor softens. Releases as you exhale. Just maybe notice that engagement into the pelvic floor, so that gentle lift. Soften the gaze, soften the jaw. And then from there, bringing the hands behind, coming into any comfortable cross-leg position. Inhaling the arms up, Exhaling, turning towards that left leg, looking over that left shoulder. Inhaling, change the cross of the legs. And then inhaling the arms one more time, exhaling, turning towards that left leg. Arming back to center, maybe bringing the palms together, taking a moment one more time to notice the sounds, the touch of the air on the skin, the shape and feel of the breath in the body. And then I hope everyone does well at the end of the morning practice today.